Hello everyone, we are doing chapter number 4 agriculture. In this video we will study about agricultural development. Agriculture development means efforts made to increase farm production in order to meet the growing demand of increasing population is known as agricultural development. So that means there is two purpose for which there is requirement to increase the farm production, that is to fulfill the demand of the population, as well as agro-based industry is required raw material which are fulfilled with the help of agriculture. So how can this agriculture production can be increased? So first is bringing more areas under cultivation. That means there is requirement to increase the farm area, cultivated area. How can we that increase? By reducing the forested area. Second is the increasing the number of crops grown. So that means in the one farm by the multiple cropping that can be increased. Number of crops can be increased. Improving irrigation facilities by constructing tube wells and canals. So that means farmers can not only depend on the rainfall, they can use artificial means of water resources. Next is using fertilizers and high yielding variety of seeds. Use of fertilizers to protect crops and HYV seeds that give more output. Next is use of technology. For example, special farm machinery like tractor, tillers, combines, etc. have been developed to save time in preparing and harvesting land. Agricultural development in different parts of the world. We can see there is difference between the developing and developed countries. In the developing countries, suppose there is example is India. In India, there is intensive agriculture is done by the farmers. Intensive agriculture means there is land is less limited but producing more food as much as possible. And in developing countries there is large population, small land size holding, subsistence priority. So that means intensive farming is done in the developing countries and here is population is more but the farmers have small land. So their main priority is subsistence. That means they can fulfill the requirement of their own family and if there is any surplus they can sell in the market. But these type of problem like large population and small land, that is not in the developed countries. And in the developed countries, commercial type of farming is done by the farmers in USA, Canada and Australia. So in these developed countries, there is low population, large land size holding. So their population is less and producted cultivated area is more. So that means these farmers are doing the work for profit earning. Fine. We can see the example of India. A farm in India. In India, this is a story of Munna Lal who is living in Adilabad. Adilabad is a village which is in the Gazipur district in UP. He is a small farmer with a farmland of about 1.5 hectares of land. He is having 1.5 hectare land and he grows 2 crops in a year with the help of HYV seeds. So that means in a year he can take the 2 crops. HYV seeds means that is a high yielding varieties of seeds that is better quality than normal quality seeds and can produce up to 10 times more crops than regular seeds on the same area of land. He take advice from his friend, elders and government agricultural officers on farming practices. He also take the tractor on rent for plowing, though some of his friends use traditional practices. He irrigate his field with tube wells on rent. For to supplement his income, he's also having buffaloes and hens, and these dairy product he sell in the market to surplus his income. He is also a member of cooperative society. Cooperative society means suppose Munna Lal and some other small farmers are also there. They get together and whatever surplus they have, they all collected and then sell in the nearby towns, and that's why they can get the surplus money. They can get some profit. So these type of things are also done by these farmers. His family members are also help him in farm activity. His family members, as we have done, that they have not so much money to hire the labor, so that's why his all family members are doing the work in the farm. Sells his produce in the mandi, lack of facility, because small farmers they don't have storage for the grains, so that's why whatever price they are getting from the market they have to sell in the mandi. So this is a situation of Indian farmer. Now, farm in the USA. Larger farm size in USA. Farmer generally reside in farm. Major crops corn, soya bean, wheat, cotton, etc. So here is large farm size in USA up to 250 hectares of land is there, which are also having the USA farmers, and these farmers have to reside in his farm. And major crops are corn, soya bean, wheat, cotton. These type of crops are grown in these countries. We can understood with the help of story of Joharan. He is a farmer in Midwest USA in Iowa state, and he own have 300 hectares of land. We can see there is a big difference that 300 hectare of land having the Joharan, who is a farmer. That means he is doing the work as a businessman, and this 300 hectare is much more than the Indian farmers. He uses tractors, seed drills, levelers, combine harvester and thresher to perform various agricultural operation. That means he mechanized his farming. All machinery he is using, and grains are stored in the automated grain storage. That means he is also having the grain storage. So whenever he is getting the reasonable price from the market, he can sell that time. So USA farmers works like a businessman, and not that is so, and they are also he is also computer is linked to the satellites, which gives him precise picture of his field. So and if there is any if there is any problem in the crops, he also sprinkle the pesticides through the aeroplanes. And they also soil test modern farming like adequate irrigation, soil test, pesticides, scientific fertilizer. He also uses that. So that means in the USA farmer situation is like a businessman. So we can see the difference between the farmers of USA and India. I hope so students you have understood this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.